We're in the kitchen this morning with an Indiana-grown partner. We love highlighting local businesses, and Indiana has quite a few fantastic breweries. One of them, Bier Brewery. We've just got to let you know all about. This is Jerry. Glad to have you on today.
Good morning. You pronounced it right.
I did.
Yes, you
B-I-E-R, by the way. Bier Brewery.
Bier Brewery.
Do people try to say Bier or?
Yes. Yeah. They have that Bier beer, and I said no, it's Bier Brewery.
Don't think about too hard. It's just Bier Brewery. You could get beer at Bier Brewery. Tell me about what sets you guys apart, because I want to hear your origin story as well. But I got to see I got to explain what I'm looking at in front of me, because you have some unique things to show off.
Well, what sets us apart, first of all, is the quality of our beer and the consistency, which is for a craft brewery. That's the most difficult thing, is to brew that beer day in and day out the same way. And what sets us apart also is probably a couple things. This is our sanitarium. This is we just release this once a year. This is the regular sanitarium, and then this is the barrel age. The Indianapolis Star at one time, a couple years ago, had named our sanitarium the Michael Phelps of beers in Indianapolis.
Oh my goodness.
Because it's won so many golds.
I was going to say Olympic level beer. That's fantastic.
But it's just the quality of the beer, and then some of the other items here, some of the swag that we offer at the brewery and so forth. But I mean, I'm going to pour a little beer here.
Yeah, let's see what they look like. I like these glasses too.
Our staples there in the front three is the Weizengut.
Okay.
The PDG, pretty darn good beer.
I see what you did there.
And the Kolsch.
We'll make sure the can's turned around the other way.
So that is this is the black Kolsch.
I was going to say, that a stout? That's pretty dark.
No, well, it's actually a black Kolsch. We took our Kolsch,
and
then we add a little bit of malt in there and darken it up
a bit.
It is delicious. It really is. This beer here, Cold Beer.
Cold beer. That's again spelled B-I-E-R.
Yeah, I can just at the ballpark. Cold beer. So then this is a very light beer.
Okay.
It's only like 3.3.
You got a range in there.
Yeah, we go. These bad boys here are about 12.5%.
That's your heavier. Yeah, you got
sipping beer.
Wax sealed there.
Sipping beer, and when you open that up, you make sure you're not going anywhere, and you're with somebody you really like.
Right, because you never know what's going to come out then. So you've obviously got a great setup, and folks have really supported you. But your story of how you got started, I'd love to hear that too. Can you give me that quick version?
Well, yeah, quick. My son and I started. We're in business because of my oldest son. It was his passion in college, high school and college. When he's a freshman down at IU, he said, "I got $50. Do I buy a fake ID or do I go out and buy a beer kit?" He bought the beer kit. Light goes off, and he's just enamored the rest of his life.
Worked at Lenny. Such a process.
Oh, it is, and it's a learning process. He worked at Lenny's down there, Bloomington Brewing Company, for about 4 years. Came up and managed Great Fermentations, which is a home brew shop, for 10 years. That's where he really honed in his the biology, the chemistry of the beers, and the processes and so forth, the yeast. So that's how we got started. And now my youngest son's also involved in it. And then we had just opened a new branch up in Carmel that my daughter's involved in, a family, a couple friends that are involved as well. A full-on
family setup. That was my next question, though, is where can folks come be a part of your whole experience here?
Two places. TUA, 5133 East 65th Street. It's between Allisonville and Benford on 65th Street.
Great location.
Okay. And then in Carmel at 137th and Meridian. It's in that old O'Malley Strip Center there. Up on
right as you're going up 31 Meridian.
Old Meridian right there. And got a great location. Puccini's is right behind us and so forth. So we love it. We're having a blast doing it.
Make it a whole day.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. We're going to check in with you in another hour, because I got to ask you about some of these beer koozies.
But can I say something?
Yes, of course.
Next Friday, if you can get that real quick, this is a little surprise. You're the first one to know about this.
Okay, I am surprised.
This is our hard seltzer that we're releasing on Friday called Burst. It's the black raspberry.
Hard seltzers are so big right now. A lot of folks really getting into those.
Low sugar. It's
right at the front end of it. Awesome. Okay, we'll check back in an hour. I want to hear more about that. We'll send it over to Marcus, who has been to your brewery before.
Have.
One of the first you went to?
The first one I went to was probably about 7 years ago, a bachelor party. I wasn't even living in Indianapolis yet. And we did one of those tour buses, but it was great. It was so much fun. It was
great. That's fantastic.
It was delicious. Yeah.